Hello and welcome back to chapter 4, lecture number 5. We continue with this building and focusing on framing. So with framing, I mean this. So we have the building and doors and windows have a window frame. And it's not only about making a flat plane with an image of a window. It's key to add some depth in it. So we need to recreate the whole frame, including the door with all the including details. But we need to start somewhere and need the right measurements. And with this reference image, I understand it's pretty hard, but it's still possible to make a nice looking frame. So we do it a bit different. So we do it not exactly the same, but we get close to it. So let's start. So in this lecture, we do modeling, and in the next one, we add a UV map and a texture on it. So we combine. So it's not only modeling, we slowly start with also doing some texture work. So yes, we start with adding a new cube, fresh cube, and switch to edit mode, or well, move this to the second layer and drag this. And now we go to edit mode, yes, and scale this. So we make a wooden bar and we make a window frame. So two different types of models. We scale this, and as Z, we scale this in length. Something like this, or drag this, and in edit mode, you do the addition, the edit. Tap control point, so it's selected, yes. And yeah, I like this one, really good. So we need to check if we keep the right scale so we can apply a very smooth bevel on it. Oh, that's not what we want. Control B. Very simple bevel, very powerful. Add a new cube. This is going to be our window frame. And you can see these looks rectangled, but we are going to adjust the looks later. First, we need to prepare this window frame. So turn around, edit mode, S, Y, front view, scale this a little bit, having it a little bit the same size. Yes, good. Bring this back. Looks all good. So we want to remove the front and rear faces. So go to face mode, select it, delete it, select everything, and go back to the vertice mode. Okay, now we have everything selected. I want to select the magnet tool, pressing S, X. And what went wrong? I don't know. We didn't extrude it. So it's very important to do this right. Pressing E, S, X. So 3 keys. Yes, S, Z. You don't need to extrude it again. We've already done that. All right. So, and now we want the rectangle look. If we apply the rectangle look first and we extruded it, then we had the wrong measurement. So very important to do this right. So now I select these. Oh, I'll turn this off. So something like this, and drag this over there, edit mode, and we scale it. And it looks really good to me. Yes. So bring this right there. I want to add a bevel on the window frame. And I'm looking at this frame and I can see this frame is way darker than that one. That's because we made some changes on this object and now the normals are inverted. Sometimes if you do extruding inwards, this happens. I mean, you can fix that by going back to edit mode, or you select everything and Control F, flip normals. And now it looks good again. Check this every time when you make an object, because you don't want flipped normals. With all the texture maps you apply, it will look dark and wicked. So we want to select this line. Oh, before we add the bevel, we add some extra edge lines, so we have more control on the editing process later. And now we select Alt right mouse button on the outer edge line vertices, Control B, and add this bevel. Very smooth but visible. Same for the inner line, Control B, and make it look like this. Really nice. So we have the bar and a window frame. And for sure, we need to change the scale later, but this is for what it is in this lecture. And if everything went right, it looks like this. There is one thing what we can do, and that's removing the rear side of the frame, X faces, because we don't need these vertices, because the window will always be inside of the building. And the more vertices and faces we remove, the better and faster the performance of our model. All right, and with these lines, we can later just make it looks a little bit more different than the rectangle shape. Very important. Bring this back. All right, this is the end of this lecture. In the next one, we're going to apply a texture with using the smart UV projection. All right, see you there. Bye-bye.